You guys ready for some shenanigans? Yeah, me too. Me too. You guys know I'm always up for some shenanigans, right? Oh boy, all the time. So today, I woke up and I chose violence. Yeah, I said trucking's too boring these days. Maybe I'll just kick a hornet's nest, right? Maybe we'll just aggravate these damn Texans today. Because somebody asked me in a comment when I was making fun of Texans recently, they said, Josh, which Texan hurt you? Well, today we're going to talk about why I get so fired up every time I see one of those goddamn Texans. So, anyways, hope y'all can take a joke, Texans. I hope y'all can take a joke. So, the first thing you need to know why I get so angry at the state of Texas and Texans in general is because Texas is the state statistically where I'm most likely to get my ass kicked on Fuel Island. Oh yeah, them boys are waiting for me. Yeah, they know I'm coming. They do. As a matter of fact, the state of Texas has an official nickname for me. You guys didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that? No. Well, you're about to find out. And you can ask any Texan. This is true. The Texans, they all call me the Ghost of the North. Now, why the hell would they call me the Ghost of the North? That doesn't make much sense. Well, I live north of them, and I'm pale as fuck. That's it. That's the whole damn story. But I'm kind of a legendary, mythical creature in Texas. They all know when the Ghost of the North is heading their way. It'd be a nice summer night. Peaceful. Just quiet. A little bit of a breeze off in the distance. And slowly that breeze becomes louder and louder. Until the tornado sirens go off. And their phones all light up. It's an alert. The emergency alert system. Everybody be alert. Wake up. Get out of bed. The Ghost of the North is on his way. Every able-bodied man must report to the nearest Fuel Island to do some ass kicking. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I'm quite the legendary creature. Over yonder there. Over in Texas, baby. So that's my biggest beef with them. I am tired of getting my ass stomped on Fuel Island. That's real frustrating. Side note, I just got done robbing a Love's. Not armed robbery or anything like that. Here's a goofy story. My floors have been getting very dirty in the damn truck. So I needed a vacuum, right? And I've been saving up the old Love's points because you guys know me. I'm very frugal or a broke motherfucker, whichever way you want to look at it, right? And look. Oh, baby. Oh, we're going to clean these floors up real nice. Oh, yeah. Well, here's where the robbery happened. Here's where the robbery happened. They had 3 of those sitting in a spot marked $19.99. And I was like, hell yeah, that's cool as hell. I'm going to grab one. Got me a chicken sandwich. I got me some vegetables and some ranch to dip them in. And a Dr. Pepper, you know. All with Love's points. But they go to ring the damn thing up. And the guy's like, yeah, that's like $93. And I'm like, I ain't got $93 in Love's points. That's a lot of damn Love's points. And we're looking at the prices, and that vacuum was supposed to be $73, baby. It was supposed to be $73. They put it in the wrong spot. So the guy's like, yeah, we'll sell it to you for $19.99. It's in the wrong spot. I was like, oh man, this hasn't happened in forever. You know, that used to be a thing all the time, like in a Walmart or whatever, like shit would be in the wrong spot and people would know that. Sometimes people would go put shit in the wrong spot so they could get it cheaper. But that hasn't happened in forever. But hey, I just got the vacuum. I can clean the damn floors now. How about it? How about it? So I had to tell you guys because that is super, super exciting stuff. So really, what is my problem with Texas? Why am I always making fun of the damn Texans, right? It's pretty easy. A couple personal stories, but then some not so personal. Most of all, y'all can't fucking drive. It is absolutely absurd, the lack of skill that Texans have when it comes to operating a motor vehicle. Any kind. A car, a motorcycle, a moped, a scooter, a semi, a backhoe. They're really bad at backhoes. I don't know why. But the complete incompetence of every Texan out there to operate a vehicle is just completely fucking absurd. To the point, hear me out now, hear me out, to the point that I don't think that Texas driver's licenses, period, commercial or I guess they're called personal, I don't really know, should not be recognized outside of the state of Texas. The rest of the union should just be like, yeah, I mean, look, we understand that they gave you a driver's license. We know that, but we also know you guys are really fucking bad at this. So you can drive around Texas bumping into each other all you want. That's cool. But like, we're not going to honor that shit in like New Mexico. Like once you cross that border, your driver's license is null and void. They are the absolute worst drivers in this country, and you can spot them no matter where you go across this beautiful country of ours. You'll see one of those goofy ass cars off in the distance that you're gaining on rapidly, and you're like, wow, I'm really catching up to that car. That's crazy. I'm on an interstate in a governed semi truck. How am I catching up to that car so fast? And then you'll notice that they take off and they haul ass and you won't see them for 20 more minutes. Then you look up and you realize you're barreling down on the same car, and you get close enough. Texas fucking license plates every goddamn time. And I guess maybe it's the Texas education system is far superior to what the rest of us have, and they're just working on averages, right? Where we get out, the rest of us get out in the world, the rest of us fucking dummies get out in the world, and we go, the speed limit says 75. I think I will set my cruise control at 75, 80, somewhere, and I'm just gonna let the car drive. Texans, I guess, figure as long as you average 75, you're doing pretty good. So if you're going 35 for a little while, that's cool, but you got to make up the difference, baby, and you got to go 135 for a while to make that up. There is not a Texan out there that can hold a consistent fucking speed. Just can't be done. Absolutely cannot be done. And a lot of people get frustrated because as a truck driver, a lot of people watch this channel that are not truckers, that have not got to travel the country like I have, like a lot of us have. And they always ask, like, you know, what's your least and favorite places to drive? And I really don't have any, except fuck Texas. There's that, obviously, there's that. But a lot of people think of like New York. Now in New York City, yeah, pretty rough, but that's just because the streets are small. Everybody is very rude in New York City, but that's because everything's moving so quickly. Like, they don't have time for other people's bullshit. It just kind of comes with the territory, right? Now New York State, wide open, baby. You just get up there and fucking cruise. Ain't no one for days. Ain't no one for days. You know, and then people talk about LA. LA is always the example that people give as the worst drivers in the country. That's what other people say. That's not what I say. No, not at all. To me, Los Angeles has, without a doubt, the absolutely most skilled drivers in this entire country. It is calculated. It's no hesitation. We know what move we're going to take. We're just going to shoot that gap right there. And they're not just bumping into each other constantly like those egg-headed Texans over there, just bumping their noggins into each other. And it's very, very precise. Everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody's anticipating what everyone's doing around them. And it's actually sitting from a trucker's point of view. If you don't go into LA with a biased opinion of all these drivers just fucking suck, it's actually quite the beautiful thing to see from a trucker's seat, watching the people of LA just weave in and out of each other down the road. And they are by far the most skilled drivers in this country. Without a doubt, that is my professional opinion. Now, I'm sure there's data to back it up, numbers and things like that. But just from my observations, the absolute best. And you know what pisses a Texan off? Telling them the people of LA can drive better than them. Oh, you want to see a pissed off Texan? Boy, you want to see one pissed off fucking hillbilly. You tell him that the people of LA operate a vehicle with an engine better than he does. Oh, that boy's gonna be worked up. And that may be the fucking problem when you think about it. When you really start to think about it, that may be what the issue is. Texans get real fired up about Los Angeles, right? Oh, pisses them off. They're very similar to Colorado in the sense that, like, this used to be a good state till all the fucking people from California came here, and they get all pissed off, right? But I think it's one of the biggest contributing causes to their horrible fucking driving is they're out to prove that they can drive better than the people of LA. I can assure you that is not the fucking case. The people of LA do not yell yeehaw before smashing their fucking car into a concrete barrier. Absolutely promise you they do not do that. And you goofy asses running around out there with your makeshift pickup truck trailers. Yeah, I'm from a redneck family too. We had those when I was a kid. It's a thing of the past. No longer do people cut off the back of a goddamn pickup truck and turn it into a trailer. Except in the great state of Texas, boy. They're still doing that shit. They're still doing that shit. You got that fucking thing riding around on 2 different sized bald-ass tires, leaning to the left with the whole family's mattresses in the back for some reason, and it's whipping around because they ain't got the weight distributed right, because why the fuck we need weight distribution? Why are you worried about that? And they're going 35 on the interstate straight through the Dallas-Fort Worth area, blocking not only the lane that they were traveling in, but the lanes to either side of them, because that trailer's just got this whip effect going on the whole fucking time. And it's an absolute fucking nightmare to deal with, you people, Texans. It's the worst. It is the absolute worst. Now, one of the most fun times I've ever had in a truck was actually driving through the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I was very new to truck driving. As a matter of fact, the company I was working for at the time was based in that area, right? So I was always in and out of there. I got very familiar with getting around that area, which is a fucking good thing. It's massive. My God. I know a lot of people have been there, but if you have never been through, do you guys call it the DF Dub? I don't really know. But if you've never been through that area, it is fucking massive. I'm sure it would be a lot of fun as a tourist. Honestly, there's some really cool looking stuff down there. That would be fun to go visit if somebody else did the fucking driving. One day, I wouldn't mind going to see Dallas as a tourist. Somebody else can drive all that shit, and I'm not even going to worry about it. But one of the most fun times I ever had, the truck that I was driving then was also governed at 70, right? I'm on 3 lanes of interstate. I don't know which interstate it was because there's so fucking many down there. 3 lanes of fucking interstate. And wouldn't you know it, Texans are going to do some Texan shit, right? The left lane of the interstate completely stopped. All right, slow rolling. Just bumper to bumper traffic, slow rolling in that left lane. And check this out, another crazy thing was going on. The right lane, bumper to bumper traffic, just slow rolling straight down the road. So you would think that the center lane would be doing the same thing, right? Not in Texas. Baby, no. Center lane, completely fucking empty. No accident in the center lane, no emergency vehicles in the center lane, just complete empty as far as the eye can see. And not a single Texan. It didn't occur to one single Texan in both of those lines, and maybe I'll just get out here and jump in that middle lane and get on with my day. Well, it occurred to me. It did. It occurred to me. So I put this big old rig right there in that middle lane, right? Like I do. Put this big rig right down the middle, like I always do. And I got that sucker up to speed. I was gonna say I was shifting through all the gears, but I'm a dumb millennial, and it's an automatic truck. So the truck was driving for me while I was playing Xbox or whatever the fuck it is we do. And the truck got up to 70 miles per hour. Yeah, hit that governed speed with traffic in both lanes. I'm not saying it was smart. I'm saying it was fun, okay? Sometimes fun isn't always smart. But traffic just slow rolling in both the left and right lanes, and me just fucking hammered down, baby. Just fucking hammered down. I got a little nervous. I said, man, these dipshits make very sporadic movements all the fucking time. I said, if one of these damn Texans, you hear the disdain in my voice when I say Texans, one of these damn Texans were to move over in this lane, As my dad says, it's all over but the crying, baby. No one died. No one died, but it was, this was years ago. Years ago at this point. I would not say it was my smartest move at all. I would not say that. But it sure was exciting, just whipping down that fucking road like that. But y'all are everywhere. Y'all are everywhere. Just out there being a complete fucking menace. Everywhere you go with absolutely, I guess, no idea that you're even in a fucking vehicle, in a car at all. It's frustrating for me when I'm getting on 287 headed the fuck out of Fort Worth. Normally, when I'm getting on 287 leaving Fort Worth going north, means I'm going home. A lot of times that's what that means. Or at least I get to stop by the house for a night. That's normally what that means. And right there where you get out of town, Decatur maybe, that area, right when you jump onto 287 off of 35W, I think that's the part of town I'm most familiar with. Right there, you will have miles and miles and miles of cars spread out, right? Just spread out on the road, and they're consistently changing speeds. So I'm in my truck with these goddamn sensors going off, catching up to a car, taking my chance. Okay, I got room. Bam, I'm gonna shoot that gap and I'm gonna fire right past him, right? You know what they do every time? Speed up. Every fucking time. Speed the fuck up. Then I get back behind the same car. And I will follow that same goddamn car all the way to fucking Amarillo sometimes. I'm like, Jesus Christ. To the point that I have to pull over. I have to stop. I just can't fucking deal with it anymore. Every time, man. And it is completely the absolute most absurd thing I've ever seen. Yeah, you'd think that I would be mad about like other things, right? You'd think I'd be mad at Texans for other things. I remember one time I was on my way down to Alabama, right? My wife is very much into politics. I gave up. I just checked the fuck out of politics. I used to get real into it and really believe in what I believe in and all this stuff. I'm done. I'm out. You guys win. You beat me down. I don't want to vote anymore. Just leave me the fuck alone. Just stop. But she's very much into politics, and I was on my way to Alabama, and she asked me, I was on the phone with her, she said, where are you going? I said, I'm headed to Alabama. And she goes, oh, you got to be careful down there. I said, do I? Do I really? I think I'll be fine. I look like I should be from Alabama. I think I'm gonna be okay, you know? I think I'll be okay. But she's like, no, they something about a law having to do with abortions and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't really want to have the conversation in the comments, if I'm being honest too. But she was telling me something about it, and I was like, I just don't care, right? Like, if Alabama wants to vote that way, then that's an Alabama issue. It has nothing to do with me, you know? Hey, I still have my pretty blue beliefs. I live in a state that aligns with my beliefs. I don't give a fuck what the rest of y'all do. I don't care. Vote however you want. It doesn't affect me, not even a little bit. But I'm not mad at Texans about their politics. Definitely not mad at them for their failing power grid. I think they should fix that. Join the rest of the world. Stop dying every time it gets a little chilly down there. That would be good for you guys. I don't know if I'm mad at Texas for this yet or not, but guys, there are some red states, Louisiana being one and Utah being one. Those are the ones I know of right off the top of my head, that are blocking certain adult web pages unless you provide them with your ID. There is no way in the fucking world I'm giving these web pages my ID. That's the last thing I fucking need, is somebody going, oh, we found out that this guy Trucks watches Pornhub. What a fucking menace that guy is. So just so you know, sometimes I live alone in a truck by myself, and sometimes my imagine just isn't enough, and I'll find myself in Utah and be like, Pornhub. Fuck, they want my ID. And I'm really mad about red states about that. What are you guys doing? You are taking all the fun out of life. I was gonna say sucking all the fun out of life, but I don't think that's fucking allowed. I don't think you're allowed to say sucking in red states. I don't fucking know. So I'm not mad about any of that stuff. I'm tired of dipshits having driver's licenses. I don't think you should have them. I don't think you should. I think that Texas needs to invest heavily in its mass transit systems and get you absolute menaces off the fucking road, because you're just bad at it. And that's okay. I think that's okay. Sometimes people are just bad at things, right? And for Texans, it's driving, baby. It's driving. Yes, you suck. You suck at it. It's just fucking awful. Other than that, I think I said I've had issues with Texans on a personal level, just a little bit. It's not like Texans are actually kicking my ass on Fuel Island. They might after this. They might after this. You never tell a fucking hillbilly that they're not good at operating machinery. Oh boy, pisses them off. Pisses them off, but they just suck at it. They're really bad. I definitely wouldn't give Texans a chainsaw. That sounds like a recipe for fucking disaster. They're gonna be missing limbs and all kinds of shit. It just sounds really bad. But one time, there was a Texan involved in a very long discussion about how he was gonna like pick up his children. It was really weird. And then he was gonna drive all the way to my house. And then from my house, he was going to wait to watch my wife leave for work. Yeah, I'm telling you, the story's weird, guys. It's fucking bizarre. That was a weird Texan. But once she left for work, he was going to follow her to work with his kids. And then while she was working, he was going to walk up and introduce himself just out of the blue. I don't know, man. It wasn't my story. I don't know. I would never do something like that. But then when he got there, he'd introduce himself and be like, hey, look, I have kids. And then because she saw a guy with kids, I guess she would agree to go on a date with him. It was very weird. You guys know how dumb those women are, right? Apparently, it's not my story, but apparently if you see a married woman, all you have to do is point at your kids and then she starts going out with you. I don't fucking know. And that was a weird story, but that's not like normal Texan behavior. That's just like internet creeper behavior. It's very, very bizarre. So I'm not putting that on you guys, Texans. I'm not putting that on you. I just think that some people are really fucking creepy. That's what I'm starting to believe a little bit. then another time, a Texan got really mad at me because I had said in a video or a live stream that I truck for money. Like, I drive this truck for a paycheck, and it blew his mind. It blew his fucking mind. He said, I can't believe that this guy trucks for a paycheck. And that was weird too. That was very weird too, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I guess if you hate me after this, you hate me. I truck for money. Yeah, I do. I truck for a paycheck. If they did not give me a paycheck, I would not truck for my love of trucking. That doesn't make sense in my tiny brain, even a little bit. So I would never do that. But it was quite the little tantrum, if I may say so myself, about how I had just admitted that I don't fully love trucking and I haven't given myself to the church of trucking or whatever. I don't know. Don't ask me, bro. I'm not the one that was mad about it. I'm not the one that was upset. Hold on a minute. Anyways, where were we? Before I was just so rudely interrupted. Oh, we were explaining why I was going to get my ass kicked by the Texans. As you can tell, my mood has changed. I am very annoyed right now, and I don't know what's happening. I'll tell you about it. It's about trucking, and I'm just incredibly frustrated right now. I was a half hour away from my delivery this morning, and I was up 2 hours before I had to be there. I was getting ready to go, and my company, who never calls me, they called me, and they said, are you rolling? Are you going to be there? And I was like, I'm not rolling yet, but yeah, I'm going to be there. I got a half hour. I'm a half hour away, and I got 2 hours to get there. I'm getting ready though. And they're like, okay, we just want to make sure you're rolling. Now, this company doesn't really bother me, right? So now I'm stopped. I took a shower and got my vacuum, which is pretty cool. And I'm doing this video, but I'm okay. I'm good. I have to deliver tomorrow morning, right? Tomorrow morning I'm delivering. And they just called. Not even early morning, 10:30 in the morning. They just called to ask if I'm gonna make it on time. And I'm like, yeah, why? I'm good. I'm fine. Well, what are you doing right now? And I said, I'm stopped for a shower. I mean, I just took a shower. And they're like, do you plan on rolling again? And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, yes, I plan on rolling again. I stopped for a shower. What is going on right now? Then he goes, okay, well, he starts counting up my hours that I can drive today, then a 10-hour break, then a difference in time zones. And he's like, it's going to be close, but it's doable. Okay, I'm going to set up a wake-up call for you in the morning so that we can call and make sure you're up and you're good to go and you're rolling and all that. That's what my phone call just was. And I'm very offended by it. I'm actually very fucking offended by it right now. I don't know. They haven't been bothering me at all. They haven't been asking me about anything at all. I wasn't late. Well, I was late to my pickup today, but that's because my last delivery took 5 hours to get 5 pallets off the truck, and I notified them and said I was going to be late. But I have not been late to anything one time since I've worked at this company. And I am just, I want to chalk it up to them just doing their job. But since I'm a trucker, and like most truckers, I have a very fragile ego, and you've just launched an attack on my ego by asking me, by having the nerve to ask me if I'm going to be on time. Holy shit! And I'm really frustrated by it. But the fact that now they're gonna give me a wake-up call in the morning, I don't know, guys. I have no idea. I will spend the rest of the day dwelling on that and just being super frustrated by it, because that's not how we've been doing business at all. But apparently that is how we're doing business now, and I'm so damn annoyed. I'm gonna go ahead and annoy this video, end this video. Hope y'all enjoyed me making fun of Texans and their driving skills, and sorry I got annoyed at the end. Damn it, frustrating.